Welcome back to KGSM-TV. I'm Reese Payne.
And I'm Ashley Luthons. In this show, we'll discuss the campus Wi-Fi, we'll have a day in the life of a student athlete, and Harry and Kenan will bring us the Griffon Sports update.
We will also have our usual top stories, the history segment, and we will discuss advising.
Advising begins soon for the summer and fall semesters here at Missouri Western. Welcome to the Student Success Center, the home of advisement here at Missouri Western. Advising is just around the corner, and it is important for students to meet with their advisor as soon as possible.
The sooner you meet with them, really the sooner that you're able to register. So if your first day you can register is March 6th, if you're a senior, you want to register then. One big thing is classes will start to fill up.
Not only will it relieve some stress by getting things done early, but students can also guarantee that they will get enrolled in the classes that they need. Classes fill up quickly, and making sure that you're in the right classes you need to graduate is crucial.
Classes tend to fill up fairly quickly. The problem with spring registration is if students don't get in to register prior to summer registration, then those classes will start to be filled by new freshmen, and the existing freshmen, sophomores, juniors, seniors won't have a chance to enroll before that. With the priority registration, that gives you an opportunity to register before any new freshmen get on board, and it gives you that chance to get first shot at those courses.
Reporting for KGSM-TV, I'm Ashley Luthons. Make sure to set up an appointment with your advisor as soon as you can in order to make sure you're set for the upcoming semesters.
Since the first of the year, Western Wi-Fi has gotten a bad reputation.
Whenever I first got on campus, the Wi-Fi really wasn't that good here. I really couldn't do schoolwork, honestly couldn't play the game or anything like that. But whenever I logged onto the app, it really changed everything. I was able to do schoolwork a lot better, play the games, watch TV, just other things like that. It just really helped and improved my experience.
Before you worry and start thinking that you are doomed due to the slow Wi-Fi, follow these steps. The information provided by student Previn Christian should make a miraculous change in the speed of your Wi-Fi. If this does not work out for you, you can visit the ID department help desk anytime between 8 a.m. and 4:30 p.m., Monday through Friday, in Hearns 150. For more information on how to improve your experience here on campus, tune into KGSM-TV again next week.
On Wednesday, February 22nd, Exercises Medicine hosted a roller skating night at B&J Skate. Students were able to exercise while having some fun.
Lucky corner. All right.
Here I am at B&J Skate Center. Tonight, Exercises Medicine has invited Missouri Western students to come out and improve their mental as well as physical health by rollerblading.
Exercises Medicine is a nationwide initiative that encourages college students to stay active in order to improve their health. This Wednesday, the organization hosted a skate night at B&J Skate Center. Students were welcome to enjoy a night of roller skating, having a fun time while also getting in a little bit of exercise.
Pretty much just a way to get students out and exercise. That's what this entire initiative is for, is to try to get students out exercising with other students.
I also think it's pretty neat because I've done a lot of stuff that I've never done before. I played sand volleyball in the fall. I got to go ice skating for the first time, and now I'm rollerblading, and I never thought I'd do any of these things.
Yeah.
Exercises Medicine hopes to grow at Missouri Western, boosting a very healthy message.
Work program on campus that our goal is to spread awareness about health and exercise and using it as medicine to make people much better. This is one of our events where we're just trying to get people out in the community doing something fun for exercise.
Reporting for KGSM-TV, I'm Ashley Luthons. For more information about Exercises Medicine and their upcoming events, check out their Instagram page at EIM_MWSU.
Being a student athlete is a full-time job, starting early in the morning and ending late at night. Here's a day in the life as a student athlete here at Missouri Western State. Walking into the facilities at 5 in the morning, mentally preparing for the 6 a.m. run. This is just the start of the day for an off-season athlete at Missouri Western State University. 6 a.m. runs are finished. What's next? Most athletes leave the facilities to go get breakfast and rest up for the lift that begins at 9 a.m. There are also a large amount of people who stay in the locker room and sleep on the couches that are provided for them. Rest is essential to recover for the second workout of the day. Other athletes take advantage of this time to go get some extra work in on the field.
So we get up at 5 a.m. for team run, and now we got some downtime, so we're getting extra jug work in before squat day. That's about it.
And being an off-season athlete, it's a lot of grind. It's a lot of work in the mornings, man, early mornings, late nights, studying that playbook, getting that schoolwork in, most important. Catch everything.
Now it's time to get in the weight room with Coach Mandich and get bigger, faster, and stronger. This is one of the hardest parts of the day for student athletes because it is very taxing on the body and it makes you sore and it kind of makes everything else difficult for the rest of the day, such as walking to class, sitting down, standing up, and really doing anything because lifting weights really takes a big toll on your body. Now that all athletic activities are finished for the day, it is time to hit the classroom. This is one of the most difficult parts of the day due to the fact that athletes have drained their mind and bodies all morning from the intense workouts they have been put through. It is very difficult to balance schoolwork and still be able to perform at a high level on the field.
Just got back. Pretty long day. We were at it at 5 a.m. Team run started at 5:50. Came back at 3 for weights, and then did a little homework assignment due by 5 p.m. And now I'm here watching some hockey. Just finished up some dinner and getting ready to do it all again tomorrow.
Starting the day here at 5 a.m. and getting back at 9 p.m. This is the life of a student athlete here at Missouri Western State. Reporting for KGSM-TV, Reese Payne. What an action-packed day. Being a student athlete really is a busy job. We'll be back with more stories after the break.
A leading problem I've faced is a misunderstanding on the part of students of the importance of academic advising. They miss appointments. They don't make appointments. But what's most disappointing is when they come unprepared. Give me a student with a plan in their head, or better yet, on paper. We could talk about their interests, not just about their classes. We could discuss internships, classwork, grad programs. It would open the door to what advising is truly about.
Can I help you?
But instead, they come to me in a panic when they need to register because...
I need to talk to you. I was trying to register for my classes, but it wouldn't let me do it because I need my PIN, and I haven't had time to set up an advising, so I don't even know what classes I need to take, so I just signed up for a bunch of random ones, and I'm going to drop them later. So can I have my PIN real fast? Because I'm still logged into a computer in the lab. Am I interrupting?
Take ownership of your education. Make the most of your advisement by being proactive, punctual, and prepared. You'll open the door to more personalized attention and avoid costly setbacks. It's never too soon to begin planning your next steps at Missouri Western.
Missouri Western is home to the Walter Cronkite Memorial. The memorial is home to 8 of his Emmys, as well as exhibits showcasing caricatures, space exploration, his wife Betsy Maxwell Cronkite, timelines of his career, and a replica of his CBS newsrooms that visitors can interact with. We invite all of you to explore the Cronkite Memorial. Self-guided tours are available Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Welcome back, everyone. Here are some of the top stories from the past week. Alex Murdaugh pleaded not guilty to 2 weapon charges and to the murder of his wife and son. Thursday morning, he took the stand to testify and was caught in a lie. Previous to the trial, Murdaugh told investigators that he was visiting his mother and came home to find his wife and son had been killed. However, his voice could be heard from the dog kennel footage in their home, which provided he was present at the scene of the crime the night it occurred. On the stand, Murdaugh admitted to lying to the authorities and blamed his poor judgment on his opioid addiction. He is still adamant that he did not kill his wife and child. We will have more updates as they arrive. Alec Baldwin pleaded not guilty this Thursday in response to the involuntary manslaughter charges from the fatal shooting that took place on the set of Rust. The judge allowed Baldwin to be released from custody under the condition he does not own a gun, drink alcohol, or discuss the trial with witnesses while they resume filming Rust in the spring. We will keep you updated as these stories progress.
Here at KGSM-TV, we want to commemorate the lives lost during the Tulsa Race Massacre, otherwise known as the Tulsa Race Riot, and the Black Wall Street Massacre. According to the Oklahoma Historical Society, this two-day massacre is considered one of the single worst instances of racial violence in American history. On May 30th, 1921, 19-year-old Dick Rowland and 17-year-old Sarah Page had an encounter in the elevator in the Drexel building. It is unclear to say what occurred that day. However, the most common explanation is that Rowland stepped on Page's foot as he entered the elevator, causing her to scream, as stated by the Oklahoma Historical Society. Once the story made its way to Tulsa Tribune on May 31st, it was reported that Dick Rowland had assaulted Sarah Page and was detained. By 7:30 that evening, hundreds of white people gathered outside the courthouse in the hopes that the sheriff would hand over Rowland and be publicly lynched. Over the course of the night, black members of the community offered their arms and services to the authorities to help protect Rowland. Both times they were turned down. On the second occasion, a white man tried to disarm a black veteran, and a shot was fired. This led to a riot, during which local authorities began deputizing members of the white mob. The violence didn't end there. Over the course of the night, authorities and the white residents began to mobilize and arm themselves in order to storm the Greenwood District, which was home to the majority of the African American population in Tulsa. When dawn broke, thousands of white people began looting and burning black businesses and homes. The National Guard arrived at 9:15 in the morning, but by that time, most of the community had been destroyed. This left thousands of black people homeless and living in tents for the following year. This is truly an unfortunate story of racism and violence that we hope will never be repeated in America's history. After the break, Harry and Kenan will bring us Griffon Sports update.
The Missouri Department of Conservation is located on Missouri Western's campus at 701 James McCarthy Drive. All you have to do is open the door and walk in. Once in, you will see all the sorts of animals, live animals, and rawr. Anyways, here's another snake. And a fish, so cute. Outside, you can see ponds, trees, and walking trails. There are even activities for kids. Stop by sometime between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. Go Griffs!
Hello, welcome to the esports arena. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, so you're just letting everyone in? Yeah.
Looking for a place to hang out, game, or just relax? The Griffon Esports Arena is open to all students. Head on over today.
Welcome into KGSM Sports. I'm Kenan Bialatz.
I'm Harry Loomis, and man, it's been a busy week for Griffon basketball. 5 games between the men and women since Saturday, and both have one more game before next week's MIAA Basketball Championship Tournament. Let's take it back to last Saturday as the men tried to win the Highway 71 rivalry. It's the big one. Missouri Western hosting Northwest Missouri State. The Highway 71 rivalry renewed. All the stars are out. Trevor Hudgens now on the Houston Rockets. Northwest Missouri legend is in the house. Early first half, Griffins got off to a good start in large part to Julius Dixon. He knocks down that three. He had a big game in this one. So did these two. Zion Sweater going up for the layup. No good. But Tay Fields with the offensive rebound goes up and gets the 2 points. But the Bearcats would not let the Griffins get too far out ahead in the first half. Diego Bernard, long two is good, but the Griffins would start getting some momentum back in large part thanks to this guy. What a first half Will Eames had. Drives to the rim, left-handed finish. Tough finish there, but he gets it to go, and the Griffins would go into halftime with a 31-26 lead. But that would not last long. Bernard driving to the baseline, goes up and under for the finish. He woke up in a big way, 13 second-half points. Next possession, Bearcats moving it around. Bennett starts to Bernard with the overhead pass to West Dreamer. He knocks down the three, and all of a sudden the game is tied at 33. And the Bearcats got all the momentum in this game. Zion Sweater goes up for the finish, gets rejected by Bernard later on. Same possession, Bernard under the basket, gets out to Mitch Muscari. He knocks down the three, and the Bearcats would take over, but the Griffins would not go out easily in large part to Julius Dixon. What a finish there. Explosive dunk, but it was not enough. Bennett starts on the wing, knocks it down, and the Bearcats, despite the Griffins giving them everything they could handle, would take the game. 23rd straight win in this rivalry, 68-59.
They're always going to come out in that second half 10 times harder, so we got to be ready in that second half to match their punches. And I'm just proud of how our team played tonight, and just moving forward, I think that's something we can build on.
When you play Northwest, you got to be your best on both ends of the floor. You got to get 50-50 balls. You got to win a lot of categories. We talk about categories all the time, and a lot of times if you can win 2 or 3 of the 5, you have a good chance of winning. Against them. You got to win all those categories. And
the loss was the Griffins' 23rd in a row against the Northwest. However, there are positives to take away from this game. With 4 days of preparation ahead of 3 final regular season games, the Griffins could build a lot of momentum ahead of the MIAA Basketball Championship Tournament. Reporting for KGSM-TV, I'm Harry Loomis.
The white-hot Griffins women's team also renewed the Highway 71 rivalry on Saturday.
Western taking on Northwest Missouri State in the Battle of Highway 71. Griffins looking for their 3rd straight victory against the Bearcats. Picking up mid-first quarter. Connie Clark attacking the paint early and often like she always does, gets the layup to fall. And have you ever heard the saying, if it's not broke, don't fix it? Well, Connie Clark certainly did, because right here, next possession, gets the ball down low, bullies her opponent to the paint, gets that shot to go. She would finish the game with 12 points, 6 of them coming in the first quarter. Second quarter now, Camille Evans loses the handle on the fast break, gets it back, finds Cleo Murray for 3. Bang. She hits that 3. She would finish the game with 10 points herself, but Bearcats not giving up just yet. Molly Hartnett right here with the power layup over Johnny Gonzalez. Hartnett would have 19 points, leading all scorers in the game, including this beautiful step back over Brianna Budges. The Bearcats cutting the lead down of Missouri Westerns to 16 with a lot of basketball left to play. But Trinity Knapp was having none of it, scoring 6 straight fourth quarter points to kick the quarter off. Right here, Murray, Knapp, she gets that layup to go. Mary Fultz dribbling the ball, thinking about a 3, but feeds the hot-handed Knapp, turnaround, jump shot, bang, knocks that down. Fultz, Knapp, and 1. The bench is loving it. Knapp is hype. Knapp would finish the game with 16 points on 8 for 10 shooting. The Griffins down the Bearcats in the MWSU Fieldhouse, 75-59.
Personnel was really important for this game because they're all very specific players, just understanding who's shooters and who's a driver. So I think we did a really good job because we worked really hard on learning our matchups. So I think we did a really good job. And being aggressive, like our press and pushing the ball on offense, I think that's really when we play the best, is when we can push the ball. So
like I said, we just got to take it game by game and just stay focused.
Yeah, definitely like a 1 game at a time mindset right now. We're very focused on what we're playing in that day and then on to the next. So very exciting. And it was a fun game today. So.
And it's really important for us to take our team to another level. It's everyone that comes in that hits an open shot, that makes the defensive stop, that grabs the rebound. And I just think we had a lot of it today. I thought Abby did that, Mary did that. Cleo was fantastic on both ends. you know, we can't be a team that just depends on Bree and Connie every night. It's got to be everyone that gets the opportunity, and I thought that was the case. Great team win. This time of year, they're all important, all great wins, but I thought the way in which we did it was important.
And the basketball sure didn't stop there. Wednesday, the Newman Jets touchdown for a doubleheader. Let's start with how the women did. Faculty and Staff Appreciation Night Wednesday for the Griffins hosting Newman. Let's take you right to the first quarter. Trinity Knapp gets the ball in the paint, finds Johnny Gonzalez on the left wing. She hits the three. She had 11 points in this contest. Later on, first quarter, get used to me saying this, Cleo Murray, left wing, bang, three-pointer is good. She caught fire in this one. You might as well call Cleo Murray and Abby Belay the Splash Sisters. These two could not miss in this one. Belay, top of the key, bang, three-pointer good. The Griffins had 30 points in the first quarter alone. Second half, game out of reach. Camille Evans driving to the paint, hits Cleo Murray in the corner. Three-pointer good. 20 points on the day for the freshman. And the Griffins having a little bit of fun. 6 players in double figures in this one to win it easily, 97-48.
I would say it gives me a tremendous confidence boost. I think especially going into postseason, my first year, kind of my first rodeo. So I think it gives me a pretty big confidence boost going into the conference tournament and hopefully further than that.
The last couple of games, you've just seen more of what we had early, and I think it's what takes our team to another level. I think it makes us really, really hard to go up against.
Reporting for KGSM-TV, I'm Harry Loomis.
On the second half of the doubleheader saw the Griffin men who began a stretch of 3 games in 4 days. Missouri Western entering tonight's matchup sitting 9th in the conference. They're trying to punch their ticket into the MIAA tournament, but first they'll have to get through Newman University, led by Stevie Strong, the MIAA leading scorer. And here's why. First play of the game, no hesitation, bang, over Zion Swader. But Tay Fields, on the other hand, wasn't feeling the pressure at all. Getting to the paint any means necessary. He lays it up. He would finish with 15, but Stevie Strong again, step back 3 over Ethan Kilgore. But the Griffins and Jets were tied all the way throughout the first half. Julius Dixon finds John Anderson Jr. He knocks down that 3, and later on in the first half, they would connect again. Anderson Jr. to Dixon to Anderson Jr. on the wing. He knocks down that 3. He's playing the guitar. We're going into halftime tied 32-32, but Latique Murphy slowly pulling the Jets away. He gets a tough shot to go over Tay Fields, but Jerron Thames slowly helping the Griffins come back. Spin the layup, good. Griffins get a steal late in the game. Jerron Thames goes up for a layup, misses it, gets his own rebound, power dribble, puts it up. It's 66-64. Ethan Kilgore's turn. He gets it, power dribble, 66-66. It's tied. Max the Griffin in the band trying to field the Griffins to victory, but Stevie Strong doing what he does best, scoring. Floater right here. That would end up being the dagger. Missouri Western falls to Newman University, 70-66.
We just got to flush it. We got it back-to-back. I don't think I played it back-to-back since I've been in college, so we just got to have a different mindset coming to these games. 3 games in 4 days is a lot, so we got to learn from it, and we just got to come in and play hard.
You don't have a choice. You don't have a choice. We play a game tomorrow night, and so guys are going to have to get over this one quick. You got to have amnesia no matter how much it stings, and I'm saying that to my staff as well. We can't over-obsess about the result of this game, and we honestly can't over-obsess about the things that we wish we would have done differently in terms of a schematic way. We just have to respond immediately.
Thursday saw just the men face off against Nebraska Kearney. The game was a makeup from earlier in the season in December where the Griffins were sidelined by COVID-19. Missouri Western taking on Nebraska Kearney. Griffins trying to bounce back after last night's loss to Newman. First half now, Jerron Thames, the St. Louis native, slicing and dicing his way towards the basket. He would have an amazing game, but the story of the first half was all Darian Nebecker of the Loafers. 8 for 10 from the field, 2 for 2 from the 3, 21 points in the first half. Wide open 3, he knocks that down, bang. Loafers up by 10 going into half, but the Griffins slowly chipping away. Reed Kemp, floater right there, and Jerron Thames decided it was time to take over. He gets that contested layup to go, and next possession right here. Hezzy picks up the ball through contact and one. Griffins up big at this point, but they're looking for a nail in the coffin because the Loafers just kept on crawling their way back into the game, and they would find it right here. Tay Fields driving, almost a travel.
Kicks out to Julius Dixon. He knocks down that three. Jerron Thames led all scorers from Missouri Western with 23 points. Missouri Western wins 83-78.
We just knew we had to come in and get a win today. We lost a tough one last night, so we just knew we had to come in and just come focused, ready to play defense and play as a team, and we got the job done today.
Like he said, I think we realized how bad we needed this one and how serious we needed to treat it, and I think everybody came in locked in and was ready to play today. I think us playing 3 games in 4 days kind of prepare us for kind of what the conference tournament is going to be like. You know, you play back-to-back days, so you got to look at it more as a positive than a negative, you know. So I feel like this is preparing us for what's coming up next week.
And I saw a group of kids that were extremely faithful in each other, in our mission, and what we're about for a full 40 minutes. And that's what it has to be in this league. And we have a lot of young guys that, you know, it's MIAA 101 for them all year. All these losses, all this adversity, all the challenges, the winning, you know, it's a front seat of what it takes to be really good in this league.
And it wasn't just basketball this week. Griffon baseball started MIAA play Thursday in a weekend series against 13th-ranked Central Oklahoma. The Broncos took the home opener 8-4 with 4 runs coming in the 8th inning.
Griffon softball has one more weekend event before starting conference play. Joe Yegi's crew is in Columbus, Georgia for the 5 games in the NFCA Leadoff Classic.
And after a postponement Sunday, Griffon Lacrosse is finally starting their season tonight. They have a Friday matchup with Concordia Ann Arbor, as well as a Sunday tilt at Northern Michigan.
It's MIAA championship weekend for Griffon's track and field. The team looks to build off one of their 7 wins in last week's last chance meet.
Lastly, Griffon tennis was dealt their first loss of the season Tuesday at St. Louis University. Sunday, they look for a better result at home against Cowley. Stay tuned after the break for another installment of the Sports Roundtable.
As fun as college is, it can be a really stressful time.
It's easy to feel alone.
Even in full classrooms, sometimes it still feels like you have no one.
It's especially easy to feel isolated during these crazy times.
It's hard to recognize the signs when you don't know them.
Don't be afraid to reach out and get help.
There are always ways to get help on campus.
The Counseling Center is always ready to work with you.
There's also lots of ways to get help off campus.
There are several different hotlines you can reach out to.
Make sure to check in on your friends and family.
Keep an eye out for the signs.
There's no shame in recognizing that you're struggling.
There's no shame in asking for help.
There is no shame in taking care of yourself.
You and your mental health are the priority.
See the signs. Take action.
Take action.
Take action.
Take action.
Take action.
Take action.
I'd really encourage, if you need to talk to someone, reach out to us. That's what we're here for.
Welcome back here to the Sports Roundtable. That's Kenan Bielevaz. My name's Harry Loomis. Roundtable MIAA basketball tournament takes place next week in Kansas City, so we thought it would be the perfect time to talk about it. Starting off with the men's, we're going to take a look at the standings here. Northwest Missouri clinched the regular season championship with a win over Central Oklahoma last night. The Griffons clinched a spot in the tournament last night with a win. Shout out to Derek Zimmerman-Geyer for that information. It's a matter of whether or not they'll be the 9 or 10 seed and whether or not they will play Rogers State University or Washburn University. So, Kenan, looking at the matchup, you know you're going to play one of 2 teams on Wednesday night. You know, a Rogers State team that has beaten you the last 3 times. This Washburn team, the Griffons, did beat the last time they faced off against each other, but this team is battle-tested, won the championship in 2021, made the championship a year ago. Is there really a preferable matchup for these two?
Yes, there is, and it's clearly Rogers State. Look, Washburn, come MIAA tournament time, they are a different animal. They are a different beast. They've been experienced in the big dance before. Rogers State, yes, you have lost last time. Last time you guys lost 71-61, but you have to remember, it was without Will Eames, and Jerron Thames wasn't as efficient as he is now. Jerron Thames, the most skilled finisher in the paint in the MIAA. You have Julius Dixon, a transfer student, absolutely on a tear. Will Eames, when healthy, he's your best player. He's your captain. He's your leader. He provides that vocal sense. And then you also have Reed Kemp, spectacular off the bench. Reese Glover, Zion Swader, Tay Fields has been really stepping up his play as well. If I'm Missouri Western and if I'm Will Martin, I'm keen getting that Rogers State matchup because I want to get my payback from earlier in the season. You guys beat me at your house. You guys beat me at my house. I'm going to knock you out the tournament.
I like that. And, kind of an interesting matchup either way. Right now, if the season ended today, Missouri Western would be facing off against the Ichabods, who actually took them out in 2021 on the way to the Ichabods winning that tournament. And last year, it was actually Rogers State that took out the Griffins 52-49 in the first round. But regardless, it's going to be a tall task for the Griffins because if they make it out of that first day, Thursday, depending on how the other matchup goes, they will play either Central Oklahoma or Northwest Missouri State. What's it going to take to be able to make it and make a run?
Well, it doesn't get any easier. If you somehow manage to squeak past the first round, you have arguably the two toughest teams in the MIAA. If I'm Missouri Western, I'm trying to go up against Central Oklahoma. Northwest has your number, and come playoff time, they're going to elevate their game to a different level. Northwest only allowing 10 turnovers per game. Last year, during the MIAA tournament, only allowing 7 turnovers. This is a squad with Ben McCollum as your head coach. They are experienced. They know how to defend the ball. Central Oklahoma start off the season white hot, but recently they've been on a skid, losing 3 out of the last 10 games. If I'm Missouri Western, I'm looking at all my matches. Yes, you have had competitive matchups against Northwest, but in the playoffs, they're a different animal. They're a different breed. Give me Central Oklahoma for Missouri Western.
Yeah, it's just tough because the Griffins do not control their own destiny, but it's going to be a tall task regardless for the Griffins to make it to Friday. Speaking of Friday, right now that's where the Griffin women's team is expected to play. We're going to take a look at the standings now. Nebraska Kearney has clinched a share of the conference championship. The Griffins could still earn a split in that championship as well. Central Missouri is the 2 seed right now. The Griffins are tied with them. The Jennies own the tiebreaker. So the Griffins, that is actually a pretty big difference because right now, 3-6 plays Friday, their first matchup. The Griffins would face last year's champion Fort Hays State University, whereas the 2 seed Central Oklahoma has to wait. They would play one of Northwest Missouri and Fort Hays State or Washburn Kenan. The Griffins, a big matchup on Saturday against 4th seed Pitt State. How big is seeding for them?
It's not as big as most people would think. Missouri Western is arguably the second best team in the MIAA. I have a slight edge over Central Missouri, but Nebraska Kearney being number 1 with that fantastic defense. When I'm looking at Missouri Western, you have it all. You have the point guard in Johnny Gonzalez. You have the wings, Connie Clark, Brianna Budges. You also have the forwards, Trinity Knapp, Jordan Cunningham. And last game against Newman University, you have Cleo Murray. You have Abby Belay. This team is arguably the most benchful depth in the entire league. And that's hard to say because you have Fort Hays, you have Kearney, you have, like you said, Fort Hays. If I'm Missouri Western, I'm going into Wednesday's game looking for a victory. But if I'm pitched against Fort Hays, I'm not worried. You've beaten them once this year. You split. But come playoff time, Brianna Budges is going to step her game up. Connie Clark is going to step her game up. And my sleeper pick, Johnny Gonzalez, has been a perfect point guard for Missouri Western. That's what they've been lacking the last couple of seasons. She brings the sense of bringing the ball up, securing the offensive rebounds, and just setting up the offense. It was something they've been clearly lacking the last couple of years. I'm not worried about Missouri Western at all.
Yeah, me neither. And we know the women's seed is an absolute dogfight. These top 6 teams could all make their case for being in the NCAA Central Regional. Missouri Western, we know they're as hot as anybody. They've won 17 of their last 18 games, but the tournament is a different breed, like we all know. Kearney, the top seed, has won their last 13 games in a row. What is going to be the key to success for the Griffins to take home an MIAA championship?
Well, I have 2 keys. Number 1, do not start slow, because if you play behind and catch up, the MIAA tournament will eat you alive. There have been multiple times when Missouri Western plays up to their competition and multiple times where they play down to their competition. In a tournament like this, you cannot allow yourself to do that. You have to be at your best every single time you step onto the court. Key number 2, get her going early. I have the Brianna Budges, 17.1 points per game, 3rd in the MIAA for scoring, the MIAA leading 3-point scorer. You have to get her going early. When she's on fire early, that's rounds Connie Clark, you have Cleo Murray, you have Abby Belay, you have Trinity Knapp, Jordan Cunningham, Mary Fultz. The list goes on and on. Those are my 2 keys. Don't start slow. Get Brianna Budges going fast and early.
I like it. And looking at the men's side, do you have a sleeper pick?
I actually do. Emporia State. They're 3rd in the MIAA, but they really don't get the respect that they deserve. 5th most points per game with 71.2 and allowing only 64 points per game. 5th best for the defense. They're right in the middle, but with Owen Long, the Division I transfer from Youngstown State, he's really elevated his game. 17 points per game on 43% shooting, 36% from 3, and 88% from the free throw line. They have big men, Mamoon Boom. They are so in-depth. And then you also have Elijah Cometier, 15 points per game. They've been paired up nicely with one another. Watch out for Emporia State. I'll also say watch out for Lincoln. They have bigs that are not afraid to get physical, but Emporia State is the team to watch out for the men's side.
I like it. Lincoln, by far the most improved MIAA team last year, finished last
100%.
place a year ago, 5th place this year, an incredible turnaround for the Blue Tigers. Looking at the women's side, we talked about the top 6 teams that could all make the tournament, the NCAA tournament, that is, and I think the one that's flying under the radar is last year's regular season champion, Missouri Southern. They're the 5th seed as of today, and they live and breathe by one player. That is sophomore Lacey Stokes, last year's player of the year. She put up 32 in the semifinals against Missouri Western to get to the championship. They made a huge Cinderella run a year ago to get to the regular season championship. They haven't had quite the same Cinderella-type run this year, but this is a team that you cannot take lightly and can beat you in a bunch of different ways. So I'm looking out for Missouri Southern in this tournament.
100%. Missouri Southern have been flying under the radar, but Lacey Stokes elevates her game. That's what big-time players do. When the pressure is the highest, when the spotlight is on you, you elevate your game, and that's what she does amazingly.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to the tournament. What about you?
I'm excited. Going to hopefully try to catch a couple of the games, record. It's going to be great. I love basketball.
It's my favorite tournament of the year, my favorite time to be an MIAA fan. That's our roundtable. We will wrap up the show after this.
Tonight on Mr. Mummy's Horathon, killer dolls strike in Blood Bunny. Then there's no whisper within the woods. And finally, these kids are on thin ice with the Scully in Wednesday, the 27th. You won't want to miss out, for that would be a grave mistake.
Starts tonight at midnight on Channel 17.
Jillian. Breathe.
Thanks.
Jillian, how often do you relive this night?
Constantly. He was my best friend and now I'm all alone.
I understand how it can feel when you lose someone so important like that. I want you to think hard on this one for me. Do you have a support system?
Oh, I'm so sorry. I forgot this was today. I'll be out in just a second.
Are you open to trying something a little more experimental?
Coming up on Friday, March 3rd, we'll be covering midterm prep and the College of Chiropractic.
And Kenan and I will be keeping you up to date with the MIAA Basketball Championship tournaments.
Be sure to stay up to date with all things KGSM-TV by following us on Facebook and YouTube. We'll see you again on Friday.